Well, here we are, people. My last stomping ground when I played for the Magpies, the mighty Magpies, North Geelong. We were sitting inside the top four back then, and here we were at Grovey. And we were playing GFL back in those days, back in 1981, which round 4 it was here. And the great John Scarlett was our coach. Johnny Scarlett came across and got all us young kids and said, "Gonna give you a chance. You play well, you'll get a game." Well, I played too well. I kicked 5 on this ground, I reckon 3 from that pocket over there, and at one point in time I may have been a bit overzealous, found myself on the pine sitting right next to him. He's put the finger so far through my chest you wouldn't believe it. I was coughing for days after that. Gave me a serve, said I'm trying to be too tough, go out and just play footy. Well, that was the greatest instruction I ever got. I didn't listen to it too well, but no, I left the Maggies at that point in time, and then it all started at Geelong. But this is where it all finished for me, for North Geelong, until a couple of years ago, Hab, when I just came along to help the place. And oh yeah, what happens? Get the old coach's jersey, don't we? 2 years later, we got Rico and we got flags. Well done, boys. Great club, a great place to be involved, steeped in history. The old man played for the club, my 2 brothers played for the club, grand in premierships. As juniors, we were super successful, by the way. We had a 3-peat head our way. We kept the cup after that, and that was a Premier Championship, whilst they had a very good captain at the time too. Had a gunful forward and Pete Harrington, Kevy Harrington, the whole Harrington clan were involved. Melver at the coffee shop. Just what a bunch of people, what a great place to grow up. I couldn't have asked for more as a club developing me as a junior. Goose Barclay as my under-13 coach. Grant Moore even back in the day. Birchie, for God's sake, he was an assistant coach in the 13s. But then Kevy Harrington into the senior coaches, all gave me some pearls of wisdom. Kevin Hayden, I'm not too sure. Brian Mewa, I don't even know I'm mentioning him, but I am. But all those guys, Ronnie Willis, you prattle them off. Penny Hardiman, great teammate and great to play senior football with. As a runt, he was playing centre-half back against some of the finest big men of the competition. I think we hold the record at the Magpies for the greatest, heaviest defeat to North Shore, I think it was. World record, that is. It's a world record, people. Don't forget that. You don't have to be a winner to have a world record. You can be on the other end of the stick. Look, I just want to thank the club for everything that they have done for me. My personal development, particularly in those last 2 years that I helped out. Personal development, I learnt humility like you wouldn't believe. But, you know, to the guys that stuck with it and came through last year, couldn't be more proud. Watched the game. It was just something that I was hoping was on the cards. And Rico, you did a great job with them. So, boys, great to be part of the day, the evening. Hopefully we won't see too much of this on the day. This could be something they'll cut up into and maybe do a mini-series on, I'm not sure. But Wesley and the guys that are putting it together, Hab, Paul Cotter, you're the drivers of it. Vander, I better mention you because you are the reigning premiership president, so congratulations. To all the girls and the crew that also play in Aussie rules now, it's fantastic. The Netties crew, I don't know much about netball, I'm sorry, but I do love you all, and I love getting across there and scream and yell, and I know that's not kosher in netball. You're not supposed to support and yell and carry on, but I sort of enjoy doing that little bit every now and again. Those girls that I yelled and screamed at, they know who they are. They may not be the youngest ones in the group, but then, you know, like, that's I'm not a creepy guy or anything like that, but I do enjoy the Maggies. It kicked off when I was, Mum was a great hockey player. She played state hockey for Victoria. So as a kid, as a 6-year-old, a stick was held in the hand and off to Stead Park, and we did a little bit of hockey. My elder brother was playing already. My cousins all played. They were hockey players. Mum was encouraging us to come through. They got me to play on a wing. Now, as a 6-year-old, no real understanding of how a wing worked or what I was supposed to do. I guess I assumed I was just going to run in and start playing, and like I'm mucking about with the cousins. I was a bit gun-shy. I didn't understand the term, put me on the wing. They said just run up and down. So I'm right next to the boundary, mind you, running up and down next to the boundary going, go into the play. Nah, not going into the play. So a week later, Peter Harrington comes up to me and says, how'd your hockey go? And I said, oh, I'm probably a bit at sea. I don't really know what I'm doing. He said, come out and play footy with us. He said, we don't get much of a run, but he said, we can sit on the sidelines and eat lots of lollies. I said, I'm in. That was how I got involved. Pete Harrington, and then just met the whole crew. I think that year in '72, the under-13s were premiers, I think premier champions. That was how it all started. That was the beginning. And then, you know, the procession along. I think I'm 10 years plus those 12 years being involved at the club. So it's been a weird journey, but multiple. I got to say this: I've been very, very thrilled and to have been a multiple #1 ticket holder at the club throughout that journey. So I have had my involvement, but albeit it was often as a footballer at AFL level, so there was not a lot of opportunity to come back and get value out of #1 ticket holder. But the people who put me there were people like Philpott. And again, that crew of players and that list that went on to win premierships through that period. The 18s had great success in those periods as well. It was great looking from afar, looking at what your home club could actually do and how it produced great results, even though we were put back a rung. It would have seemed to have been that we were put back a rung, but we were put into a place that we could be successful and thrive and develop players, and, you know, Dragosevic and all the rest of the crew that came on behind us. I mean, I was inspired by looking up on the board back in the day, and this is true. We used to break into the rooms on a Saturday morning because we'd be there about 7 o'clock in the morning waiting to play our game. So we're probably there an hour and a half before anyone else. So we break in there, play the pennies that were in there. But you'd see the great names up on the boards, you know, the Kenny Hands, Billy Goggin. We've had so many great people involved at the Maggies that were significant players and people in the AFL. I mean, and I still am involved in football in a very pathetic way. This year it's my third go at the Victorian All-Stars versus Tasmania Relive the Rivalry series. They're into their 13th season. I've played one of these games over in Tassie, and then this year we're playing it here in Queenscliff. So I'm still coaching, but in a very lame way. It's really nothing to be too proud of. They're a good bunch of guys. We have a lot of locals playing. We have a lot of talent that really, it makes you realise that football's not just about the top end. You know, we've got the bottom end, we've got the middle, we've got these sideshows that occur, which is really funny because you catch up with these fellas and you have a drink, and some of them have only ever played, and I shouldn't say only, they played local football, and they wonder whether they belong. And my take on it was, I was chatting with Simon Atkins' brother, and he said, oh, I don't know if I belong here. I said, mate, everybody that's been involved in the fabric of football, and we all belong to the fabric of football, without you we'd be missing something. So everybody that's taken on the game and played the game, has an understanding, been an official, been someone supporting on the outside, umpires, etc. You know, they're all the timekeeper. Everybody's part of the footy fabric, and we've all got stories to tell, and we've all got exciting moments that we've lived, and we've also got the sad moments, the worst moments. But that's what makes our character and builds our character. So when you look at the Maggies, steeped in victory and history and premierships, but we've also had the tough times, world championship losses, but we've also got the premierships. We've got people that want to come and play at the club because the place oozes all of those ingredients. So to be a part of that, a very small part, mind you, very small part of that, I'm super excited and thrilled to have been allowed the opportunity to follow the old man's footsteps in a way, play with my brothers, and then also see the club prosper once I'd left. It's probably the truth.